Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie. I am a busy mom of two little girls, and today I'm gonna talk to you about mealtime hacks, ways to make meal times easier and quicker and more efficient, because as a busy mom, I know that mealtime can be one of the most time-consuming and frustrating parts of the day, especially when you have little ones. So any shortcuts or hacks that I could find to make those things easier have been a godsend. So I'm gonna share those with you today. Please hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. It will help this channel so much. And now we'll get into it. The first hack I have for you today is to make double of whatever you are making for dinner that night. So, for example, if you are making some sort of casserole, buy double the ingredients and make it twice. Make two at the same time while you're already making it. Then you can eat one for dinner that night, and you can freeze the other one and eat it on a different night when you are running late, when you are feeling lazy, when whatever the circumstance is, you just have something in your freezer that you have ready to go. This was so amazing. I learned to do this when I was preparing for Juliana's birth. We made double of whatever I was making for the few weeks prior to her birth. And then when she was born, we just had all these freezer meals ready to go, and I didn't have to spend a whole day prepping and making freezer meals like I did with Isabel. We spent like a whole day making 40 meals in the freezer, so I didn't have to waste all that time. I was just doing what I was already doing, just doing a little bit more of it, and then putting some in the freezer to use at a later date. Now that she is born and we have used all those up, I have continued to do this, and we do it all the time. I'll just double cook whatever I'm making, freeze some, eat some, and we have a meal for later in the day. I always do a leftover day in my cooking schedule, so if for some reason we don't have leftovers, I can always pull out something quick and easy. It has been such a lifesaver. It is my #1 tip if you are in the kitchen. Always make double of whatever you are making and freeze it. My next tip is to prep in advance. So for me, I like to prep 3 days in advance. So when I am going to cook on, say, a Sunday or a Monday, I will actually prep all the vegetables and all the meat for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 days at a time. That way, my Sunday night might be a little crazy trying to chop the vegetables, trying to butterfly the meat or season it or whatever, but my Tuesday and Wednesday are so super quick. All I have to do is throw it together and put it in the oven or throw it on the skillet or grill or whatever, because I already have the onions diced and the vegetables chopped and my meat seasoned. So it just goes so much quicker. It makes 2 nights so easy. You can use that third night as a leftover night and just make 2 meals at a time. You can make 3 meals at a time and use the 4th and 5th nights for leftovers. You can do this however you want. Maybe you'll just have to add some rice into it later so that you have some fresh rice. I don't know, however you want to do it, but just prep that meat and vegetables prior to actually having to do it. Use one day as your busy day and then have the rest of the week or the rest of your couple days as a much easier, lighter mealtime. The next hack I have for you is to use kitchen shears and a pizza cutter. Put these in your routine.
A pizza cutter makes cutting the crust off of bread so much easier, and it makes slicing things so much easier. You could do this with sandwiches, you could do it with quesadillas, you could do it with pancakes. The list just goes on and on. And then for the kitchen shears, you can use that to cut herbs, chicken, dried fruit, and vegetable ends. You can use it to cut the dinner of your kids' dinner, or you can use it for salads. Shears also make things so much easier.
The next trick I have for you is to use whole chickens. You can buy whole chickens or rotisserie chickens at the grocery store, and you can use them in so many ways. So you can cook it the first night and eat however much you want of it. The next night you can use that leftover meat, you can shred it off the chicken and use it in a pasta or in a casserole or in fried chicken, fried rice or something like that. And then the third day, if you even have more leftover, which we oftentimes do, you can use it again in other leftovers, maybe a chicken soup or something like that. The next hack I have for you is to wet your hands before working with something sticky like cookie dough or meatloaf or whatever it is. This helps the stuff not to stick to your hands, and I think it is especially important for moms because you know as well as I do that as soon as you get your hands dirty in a place where you can't touch your toddler or baby or whoever that they get hurt or they need you or something happens where you need your hands. So being able to have your hands like less dirty and filthy with things that you don't want to touch them with is much more helpful. So definitely get your hands wet before working with those substances. The next trick I have for you is to meal plan. I will not beat this dead horse too long because I know I have talked about this in many videos, but a simple dollar store whiteboard with your days of the week and a messy meal, whatever it is, plan in advance. I will link to a meal planning video I have here if you want to go in more in depth on how I do that. This has saved us so much money in groceries, and it has made mealtime so much more quick, easy, and efficient, and it lets everyone in the house know what is going on and what to expect. So it has been so helpful to us. I highly, highly, highly recommend meal planning. The last hack I have for you today is to get a thermometer, but not just any thermometer, a thermometer that you can put into your meat in the oven or on the grill, and then have this outside the grill. And it has a little timer, and you can time you by time or by temperature. So I usually just set the temperature to whatever my meat should be, and then it will ring and let you know when the meat is done. So you don't have to watch it, you don't have to watch the clock, your meat doesn't get overcooked. It's just one of those things that makes it so simple. You can just stick the thermometer in, leave the kitchen, and come back when it is done. Thank you so much for watching. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I will see you next time.